You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6.
And a scary night for some Sarasota residents who say a possible explosion happened near their home on Swift Road. What we know in this investigation is straight ahead.
The annual White House Correspondents' Dinner facing some backlash this morning. Many feel the comedian crossed the line.
And a virtual kidnapping scam that parents are going to want to be aware of this morning. We've got everything you need to know coming up. We've got those stories and more. Good Morning Suncoast starts right now.
Good morning. It is April the 30th, Monday. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Stephanie Webb. Thanks for waking up with us this morning.
After a great weekend, let's check the work week. Here he is, folks, John Scalzi.
Well, as dawn breaks on the Suncoast, we're going to find lots of sunshine in store for us today. And warm temperatures as well. Currently, hardly a cloud anywhere across the state of Florida. You got to go way back to the west or way out into Gulf waters before you start to see much in the way of any kind of cloud cover. The reason for that, a big ridge of high pressure sitting over us prevents rainfall today as well. And the drought indexes and the fire danger indexes, they all continue to rise across the Sun Coast. We're looking at temperatures that are generally holding in the upper to mid 60s most everywhere, with an occasional 70 on the board. Longboat Key coming in at 70, Mayaca at 66, 67 degrees, and North Port Venice coming in at 69. Forecast for today includes a lot of dry air, and our fire danger index, as I mentioned, continues to rise, so we'll watch that. Complete forecast for you coming up in just a few.
And developing overnight, the Sarasota Sheriff's Office is investigating what seems to have been an explosion near a home between Swift Road and Forest Lane.
It happened about 1 a.m. Marla Spence is on the scene. Marla, what's the latest out there?
Good morning, guys. Right now, information is limited on that possible explosion that happened at this home behind me on the 40th 100 block of Swift Road in Sarasota. Now, several calls came into the sheriff's office that there had been a loud noise and explosion near the home. The sheriff's office says those calls came in around midnight. We spoke to one neighbor in this area who was one of several that called 911, and he recalls the moment when he heard loud noise.
It sounded like a stick of dynamite, if not two of them, or maybe possibly a propane tank. It was a heavy explosion. Glass shattered.
And sheriff deputies say no one was hurt in that possible explosion. They also say there is no immediate danger to the public. So far, there is no word yet on what caused the possible explosion. Right now, we are waiting to hear back from the Sarasota Sheriff's Office with more on this investigation. Reporting live in Sarasota, I'm Marla Spence for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Marla. Checking first alert traffic now. Nothing much to report so far today in Manatee County. We'll check back with that throughout the morning. A little farther south, now the upper half of Sarasota County. The only red there on the screen is down where Clark turns into Stickney Point as you approach US 41. Nothing major otherwise so far. In South County map, some slowdowns there on 41 southbound as you cross into Charlotte County. Let's take a live look right now at what will be a busy spot later on. This is Bee Ridge near Swift Road, where Swift and Tuttle changed names right there. Nothing much to report so far this morning, but this, of course, is one of the busier intersections on the Suncoast. Right now, 6:03 on your Monday morning. We start this half hour with the fallout from the annual White House Correspondents' Dinner. The comedian unleashed on President Trump and his top aides, and many say it went way beyond the point of being funny. ABC's Kendis Gibson has newly released statements now from the group that organizes the dinner.
This morning, the annual black tie celebration of the First Amendment under fire.
Trump is president. It's not ideal.
Most of the backlash from the White House Correspondents' Dinner aimed at Michelle Wolf, the comedian accused of crossing the line with personal shots at the president's team, including the press secretary, Sarah Sanders.
I actually really like Sarah. I think she's very resourceful. Like, she burns facts, and then she uses that ash to create a perfect smoky eye. Like, maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's lies. It's probably lies.
Wolf also roasted Kellyanne Conway.
You guys gotta stop putting Kellyanne on your shows. All she does is lie. If you don't give her a platform, she has nowhere to lie. It's like that old saying, if a tree falls in the woods, how do we get Kellyanne under that tree? I'm not suggesting she gets hurt, just stuck. Stuck under a tree.
This morning, the White House Correspondents Association responded to the criticism, saying Wolf's rant doesn't reflect the group's effort. In a statement, the association president says the event was meant to offer a unifying message about our common commitment to a vigorous and free press, not to divide people. Unfortunately, the entertainer's monologue was not in the spirit of that mission. President Trump also blasted Wolf Sunday night, tweeting, "The White House Correspondents' Dinner was a failure last year, but this year was an embarrassment to everyone associated with it. The filthy comedian totally bombed. Put the dinner to rest. Start over." The president skipped the dinner for a second consecutive year. Instead, he held a rally in Michigan. And the former White House press secretary, Sean Spicer, called the event a disgrace, to which Wolf replied, "Thank you." Candace Gibson, ABC News, New York.
Here on the Suncoast, the city of Venice is looking at providing its own ambulance service. That's after the city council directed staff last week to come up with a plan for what an in-house ambulance service would look like. Currently, Sarasota County paramedics are housed in city fire department buildings and respond when needed. Now, if the city had its own ambulance approved, it could take 2 to 3 years to implement and then another 6 months to staff. Money is also a factor in the plan, with an estimated $2 million needed to make that plan happen.
A scam warning for parents today in Charlotte County. It's very disturbing, too. The FBI calls them virtual kidnapping scams because the scammers will scour the internet and social media, grab information about where a person works or lives or goes to school, and then they call from an unknown number claiming they have kidnapped a member of your family using the information they gathered to convince you to send money. Now, some ways to protect yourself: cut down on available information about yourself on the internet, limit access to your networking pages, and if this should ever happen to you, try calling or texting your loved one immediately. Make sure they're okay. If you think there is danger, don't hesitate to call the police department.
A boil water advisory remains in effect for some Bradenton customers following a water main break over the weekend. That advisory affecting customers all along 53rd Avenue East between 68th Street East and 71st Street East in Bradenton. Now, until that advisory is lifted, those in the area are asked to boil all of their drinking and their cooking water for at least 1 minute, just as a precaution. Well, with the opening of a new Venice library getting closer and closer, this week the community is invited to learn more. 2 information sessions will be offered to hear from officials about the new library. The first one is going to be held tomorrow from 10:30 until noon. The second one is tomorrow night from 6 until 7:30. Both will be taking place at the Venice Community Center on Nokomis Avenue. The plan is to have the new library open in the fall of this year. And the last library was knocked down due to excessive mold. Oh.
How about that story?
I was like, excessive books? Wait, no.
No, not even close. No. 6:08 right now, still ahead. The latest in First Alert traffic, and
it was Disney night last night on American Idol, but dreams didn't come true. Ooh, that was good. For all the finalists last night, we're going to tell you who made the cut when we come back.
And you said you couldn't sing.
I can't. That was an accident.
You faked it there well. 6:08, there's a peek outside at the Rosemary District. Looks like another nice day on the way, John Scalzi. Yeah,
clear skies as well, and a lot of sunshine around. If you're headed to the beach today, be aware that this is the first time this season where the UV index has hit 12, which is in the extreme category. It doesn't take long to burn, especially if you're fair-skinned. 87 degrees, my forecast high. And as far as the pollen count goes, it's good. Everything is in the medium category to medium high, but even lower tomorrow. So it looks pretty good in that regard. Complete forecast in a sec.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard serve to give back to their country and communities. Their part-time commitment qualifies them for an array of benefits, such as affordable health and life insurance benefits, education benefits, including tuition assistance, student loan repayment and GI Bill programs, a retirement plan based on part-time service, and VA home mortgages. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about all the benefits available in the Army National Guard.
You want a Maserati, but you need an SUV. Why not have both? Levante, the Maserati of SUVs.
Experience it today at Sunset Maserati, Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Experience the classical music celebration May 11th and 12th at the historic Sarasota Opera House. World-class musicians include guitar duo Charisma, currently touring with Andrea Bocelli. Tickets available online or by phone.
CashNet USA is trusted by over 2 million customers.
Perfect. When I lean back, I trust that you will be there to catch me.
Okay, bad idea, bad idea.
Apply now at CashNetUSA.com.
Money's on the way with CashNet USA.
Chris Domine is a husband, father, an athlete, even an Ironman. But 10 years ago, Chris's kidneys were failing.
The doctor said if you don't do dialysis, if you don't get a kidney transplant, you are going to die.
Then Chris received a second chance, made possible by an organ donor.
Your well-being changes from loss of hope to better times ahead.
Imagine what you could make possible. Learn more and sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG, and Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Outback is an IIHS top safety pick for 10 years running. Lease a new Subaru Outback today for just $239 a month, or get 0% financing with 0 down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
My credit score was not that great.
I didn't understand what went into my credit score.
It was overwhelming.
Do you want to attain better credit health but don't know where to start? Credit Sesame can help by providing you a free credit score.
I love the app. It's so easy to use. It's like having your own financial coach.
Credit Sesame broke my credit score down into things that I understood, and it made me think, I can do this.
And the awesome thing about Credit Sesame, it's free.
It's 100% free.
You don't need to go it alone. Get started today at creditsesame.com.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights. Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
65 degrees the air temperature, dew point value coming in at 58. Very comfortable out there to start off your morning. In fact, I think the dew point values are going to feel comfortable right straight through the week. Now, we will see them rise. We will get some slightly higher humidity. But even so, I think it'll still be comfortable in the low 60s with a dew point value of low 60s. So, you know, can't complain about that. East wind coming in at about 7. That easterly wind flow will be a warming wind for us, though, and you will notice that. It'll also keep our sea breeze pinned pretty close to the coastline, so there's not much of a chance of rainfall for us today. In fact, it's almost 0. The other coast may get a shower or two because of an onshore flow there, but where will it rain? Well, the center part of the country has a hot spot forecast for probably the next 3 days in terms of inclement weather, in terms of even hail, gusty winds, and certainly the possibility of some tornadoes as well. So Kansas, Arkansas, Nebraska, Illinois all have over the next several days that chance of some very strong weather. Not so for us. Sunny, dry, and warm right straight through the day today. Temperature by 9 o'clock, 72 degrees, plenty of sunshine around as we head into the afternoon. Temperatures will continue to climb under the influence of almost full sunshine right straight through the entire day. 85 by 12 noon, by 3 p.m., 87 and 82 degrees by 7 p.m. Winds out of the east will continue. As I mentioned, that's a dry wind. The reason is the land heats. The air comes over that land. It transports that warmed air into our region, and that keeps us on the warm side of average. Temperatures in the mid-80s to upper 80s as we head into the afternoon. Wouldn't be a bit surprised if we got a little bit of extra cloud cover in inland areas, but most of us along the coastline are going to stay sunny right straight through the period. Quiet conditions during the overnight as well. When you wake up tomorrow morning, it'll be very similar to what it is right at this moment, which is temperatures in the mid-60s most everywhere you look. 64, Wauchula 66, Mayaca City 65, Parrish, Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch at 67, 65 Sarasota, and closer to the 70 mark as you get close to the coast. Well, one thing we're going to have to watch all week long is these fire danger indexes. Last week when I left you on Friday, we had moderate fire danger indexes most everywhere on the Suncoast. Now, everybody is looking at least a high fire danger index. And as we look a little bit further to the south in Charlotte and Lee County, we've got very high fire danger indexes there, as they do in Highlands as well. So while I don't see any red flag warnings up for today, we're certainly going to get close to it over the next several days, despite the fact that we have rising surface humidities. Area of low pressure back to the west. That'll be the focal point for the possibility of severe weather. Another low pressure area in the northeast. The combination of those two lows take that high pressure ridge, force it to the coastline, and basically build it over us. So we're left with rain-free skies today and plenty of sunshine around. Forecast looks good over the next several days. We will continue to watch that big ridge of high pressure provide us with a nice easterly wind flow, with daytime highs topping out around 87 degrees. We'll look for 87 degrees tomorrow as well, and 88 degrees by Wednesday. Again, full sunshine for the next 3 days. Maybe an isolated inland shower, but that would be it. Otherwise, dry conditions for the remainder of the week, in fact, with temperatures close to the 90-degree mark by the time we hit Lake Wertwijk. And as we head into the weekend, again, temperatures sunny, mild, and warm, and in the upper 80s to near the 90-degree mark in inland areas. Back to you.
All right, thanks, John. Let's take a look outside to your first alert traffic out there this morning. Not too much to see in Manatee County. Those roads are still looking pretty decent out there. Usual slowdowns. 301 heading southbound as you pass by State Road 70. That area is starting to get a little bit more congested, as is some of the areas along the bayfront. Not sure exactly what is going on. Maybe a little bit of construction in that spot out there by Whitney Beach. And then if we're heading to Sarasota County, those roads aren't looking too bad. Starting to see some of the normal morning hot spots that are picking up a little bit, like University Parkway and Fruitville Road, especially Fruitville as you come off of 75. That area right there is starting to get a little congested. Heading a little bit farther south in the area, if you're heading toward Port Charlotte or Venice or any of those areas south this morning, your commute maybe within the next 30 minutes or so is going to be a pretty easy one. Not too bad out there this morning. It is 6:16, and that is your first alert traffic. Well, it was Disney night last night on American Idol, with the top 10 performing famous songs from Disney movies. But dreams did not come true for 3 of them. Here's George Panaccio with what we heard after the show.
It's the circle of life. For Ada Vox, Michelle Suzette, and Dennis Lorenzo, the American Idol dream is over. But their own dreams, they're really just beginning.
It does suck, don't get me wrong, but you know, this is where you capitalize. This is where you take it to the next level, man, and you know, show America what you got.
I've realized that you don't need to win to be an American Idol. I've already done what I needed to do. I've made my mark in the community and in the world, and from here I'm going to continue to be a light for those who need it.
And I'm on social media. I have 102,000 followers. And I had 2,500 before. It's like I've gained this amazing fan base that I'm just ready to, you know, work on my music and just put it out and keep on growing.
I don't know if you were surprised or not by anything that happened tonight.
What's interesting is that the judges' picks went home. So America knows who they like, and they're sticking with them.
The judges understand this is all now in America's hands.
We know in our gut where it's going. We hope it's not, but we leave them out there to see what America is going to do. And what I think in this case, we kind of held it back a little bit. Honestly, we were pulling for all of them because they stepped up to the plate.
I mean, it's just a tough business, and these kids, they're going to have to deal with this first bump in the road and see what they make of it.
And for those moving on, the stakes are higher. American Idol is now down to its final 7, but by next Sunday night, it'll be down to 5. In Los Angeles, George Panaccio for ABC News.
Oh, and it is crunch time for those American Idol finalists.
Yes.
This is when you have to bring it. You have to bring your best songs, your best everything you've been saving for the season.
If things don't work out for Katy Perry, she could be Snow White.
Right? I know that was a pretty impressive costume last
Very
night.
impressive, yes. 6:19 still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
New information on the Bill Cosby trial. What exactly led to that final guilty verdict? Plus, Marla?
The Sarasota Sheriff's Office is investigating a possible explosion that happened at this home where this camper sits on the 40th block of Swift Road. What we know in this investigation so far is coming up at 6:30.
Should be another nice day today on the Suncoast. There's a nice shot of the skyline. A high in the 80s, plenty of sunshine. It is 6:19 right now, and you're watching Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7.
Who else has been taking your prescriptions? Keep your medicine and your family safe and secure. Mind your meds. To learn how we can help, visit the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids at drugfree.org.
I can't believe they charged me this much. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Go to CashNetUSA.com now. If approved, you may get the money you need as soon as tomorrow.
Thanks. Who are you?
I'm CashNetUSA.com. Man.
Apply now at CashNetUSA.com.
Money's on the way with CashNet USA.
I work hard all day, and this is why. But taking care of my money has never been easy. Brinks knows what's valuable to me, making it easy to keep track of my money and pay my bills on time.
Here's to the strong, to the dependable, to the trusted. Your family counts on you. Who can you count on? The Brinks Prepaid MasterCard. With direct deposit, you can get your paycheck or government payments up to 2 days faster.
I don't have time to wait for a paycheck, cash it, and then run around and pay bills. Brinks knows what's valuable to me. Time.
Call now or go online to get your Brinks Prepaid MasterCard. There's no cost to order and no credit check. Load money onto your card and then shop online, pay bills, buy groceries.
I get a text alert every time our card is used, so we always know our balance.
And we're protected from unauthorized transactions. Brinks gives us peace of mind.
With Brinks, you can conveniently manage your money online and with the mobile app.
I get cash back on everyday purchases. Brinks knows what's valuable to me, saving money.
Plus, you can load checks in minutes, anywhere with mobile check load. Call now or go online to get your Brinks Prepaid MasterCard. There's no credit check and no cost to order. And with a qualifying direct deposit, we'll upgrade you to Brinks Preferred with extra benefits. And in this TV-only offer, personalize your Brinks Prepaid MasterCard with your photo for added security. Manage your money on the go, anywhere, and get the peace of mind you deserve. Brinks knows what's valuable to you. Call right now to order your Brinks Prepaid MasterCard.
Call 1-800-282-9643.
There's no cost to order. Call now.
Here's a shot of the White House in Washington, where dawn has broken already. The light is off in the kitchen.
They are. Barron has had his breakfast. He is off to school.
He doesn't go to school in D.C., does he?
Oh, no, he doesn't.
Yeah.
We like to make up stories about what's going on in that window. Then when we don't get our facts straight, it all goes horribly wrong.
As we wipe from the White House to the Rosemary District outside our studio. A little darker here. What's going on there?
Yeah, it's not quite as bright as it is out there, but it is another beautiful morning with the highs in about 80s and nice and warm.
John will say it's the curvature of the earth as to why it's brighter in Washington than in Florida.
I'm going to go with that.
Want to go there?
Okay, let's go with that.
6:23 right now. Welcome back. We've got some amazing video now of a Brazilian surfer setting a new record in Portugal. This is Rodrigo Zosa setting the world record for the largest wave ever surfed, 80 feet. The previous record was set at 78 feet by Garrett McNamara 7 years ago. I got one question for you. How do they measure waves? How did it go from 77 to 80 feet?
I feel like that's a good question for John Scalzi.
He knows.
Also Google.
John Scalzi knows everything.
Wow, that is amazing.
Look at that. All right.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, the guilty verdict came down last week, but this morning, a stunning revelation in the Cosby trial. Could it have been Bill Cosby's own words that sealed his fate?
ABC's Lindsay Davis tells us how the jury reached a verdict.
In this morning's GMA First Look, a stunning revelation that it may have been Bill Cosby's own words that sealed his fate.
What was the evidence that made you sure, beyond a reasonable doubt, that he was guilty?
I think it was his deposition, really. Ms. Cosby admitted to giving these quaaludes to women, young women, in order to have sex with them.
For weeks, there was speculation about the outcome, but this morning we hear just what was going on inside the deliberation room during Bill Cosby's retrial, thanks to juror number 1, Harrison Snyder.
But when you entered the room for the first time, were you sure that he was guilty?
No.
The 22-year-old says prior to the trial, he didn't know much about Cosby.
I never watched The Cosby Show or anything. I'm a little too young for that.
And we'll have more on what went on inside that jury room coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Lindsay Davis, ABC News.
To most people, I look like most people. But on the inside, I feel chronic, widespread pain. Fibromyalgia may be invisible to others, but my pain is real.
Fibromyalgia is thought to be caused by overactive nerves. Lyrica is believed to calm these nerves.
I'm glad my doctor prescribed Lyrica.
For some, Lyrica delivers effective relief for moderate to even severe fibromyalgia pain and improves function. Lyrica may cause serious allergic reactions, suicidal thoughts or actions. Tell your doctor right away if you have these, new or worse depression, unusual changes in mood or behavior, swelling, trouble breathing, rash, hives, blisters, muscle pain with fever, tired feeling, or blurry vision. Common side effects: dizziness, sleepiness, weight gain, swelling of hands, legs, and feet. Don't drink alcohol while taking Lyrica. Don't drive or use machinery until you know how Lyrica affects you. Those who've had a drug or alcohol problem may be more likely to misuse Lyrica.
With less pain, I can do more with my family.
Talk to your doctor today. See if Lyrica can help.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
You want a Maserati, but you need an SUV. Why not have both? Levante, the Maserati of SUVs.
Experience it today at Sunset Maserati, Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
As a financial expert, I tell people if you want to be successful with your credit, Credit Sesame is the best place to start. Hi, I'm Lynette Calfani-Cox, the Money Coach. Maybe you want to buy a car, a home, or just remove some financial stress. Credit Sesame can help by providing you a free credit score. Then they'll show you what's impacting your score and suggest a strategy to better manage it. Credit Sesame even recommends lending options that can save you money. Best part? It's 100% free. Get started today at creditsesame.com.
Performing on stage takes mental and physical preparation. But one thing I never thought to prepare for was cervical cancer. 91% of cervical cancers are caused by the human papillomavirus, or HPV. The good news is there are vaccines that can protect you or your children from cancer. I survived my cancer, but you can stop cancer before it starts. Talk to your doctor and go to thinkaboutthelink.org to learn more.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
When money's tight and emergencies arise, CashNetUSA.com is available 24/7 to deliver quick loans for approved customers when they need it the most.
Apply now at CashNetUSA.com.
Money's on the way with CashNet USA.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6:30.
We've gotten Mexico to work with us on stopping a lot of what's pouring in, but we have the worst laws anywhere in the world.
A caravan of migrants now at the U.S. border with Mexico, but their journey is far from over.
One of the best gifts you can give kids is knowledge about money. We'll have the best tips for you. And Marla?
It was a scary night for some Sarasota residents who say a possible explosion happened near their home on Swift Road. What we know in this investigation is coming up. Your Suncoast News starts now.
Welcome back. It is 6:30 on this Monday, April 30th, the last day in May. Thanks for waking up with us this morning. I'm Stephanie Webb.
I'm Ray Collins. The nice weather from the weekend continues. Here's the Monday menu from John Scalzi.
Warm and hot, that's what's on the menu for today, and we're going to serve that up starting this afternoon. We're looking at across the entire peninsula, quiet conditions on radar, and I don't expect to see a whole lot of blips popping up there by afternoon either. Maybe a few on the other coast, and some of them will try to work their way across the peninsula, but they'll tend to die out as they do that, as the air remains very dry. 64 degrees Mayaca, Lakewood Ranch. You're waking up this morning to 66 degrees. In Bradenton, you've got 64. In Sarasota, 65 degrees, and in Venice, 68. Well on our way with a little bit of heating to get up to a daytime high well above average. Average for this time of year about 82, and we'll be about 5 degrees above that, coming in around 87. Maybe some inland temperatures closer to the 90 mark with full sunshine and little rain chance. Complete forecast for you coming up in a few.
Well, breaking overnight, it was a pretty scary night for some Sarasota residents. The Sarasota Sheriff's Office is investigating what seems to be an explosion near a home between Swift Road and Forest Lane.
Happened about 1 o'clock in the morning. Marla Spence is still live on the scene with an update from there. Marla?
Good morning, guys. This neighborhood is quite different this morning than it was around midnight. Sheriff deputies responded to calls at this home and as well as this camper to a possible explosion in this area on Swift Road. Now take a look. This is video of the scene. A little after midnight, sheriff deputies and forensics responded to several calls about a loud noise and explosion near the home. We spoke to one neighbor in this area, and he says the loud noise sounded like sticks of dynamite or a propane gas tank. He recalls the moments when he heard the loud noise.
Yeah, I was already outside, and I just walked out down my driveway and come down this way and called 911, and before I knew it, they had heavy rescue. And
Sheriff deputies say no one was hurt in that possible explosion. They also say there is no immediate danger to the public. And so far, we are waiting to hear from the Sarasota Sheriff's Office on what could have possibly caused this possible explosion. I'm Marla Spence reporting live in Sarasota for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Marla. Checking first alert traffic right now. First off, in Manatee County, some red is developing there on 301 southbound as you cross over State Road 70. Otherwise, relatively clear so far. Farther south, a little blip there on Fruitville Road eastbound around McIntosh as the Cardinal Mooney gears up for the day. And then farther south in the maps, we'll check the South County maps. Nothing much to speak of so far. Let's take a live look at a busy spot in the area. This is the Bee Ridge and Swift area. Some traffic building there, as it will on Bee Ridge Road. Real busy thoroughfare on the Suncoast. We'll check back there in about 15 minutes. 6:33 right now. And a developing story around State Road 64 and the boat ramp where a body was found on Sunday morning. This is on State Road 64 on the Manatee River in East Bradenton and being handled by both the police and the sheriff's office. Detectives are waiting for an autopsy to figure out the cause of death. They've yet to release the victim's name. They don't believe the killing was random, but rather the killer knew the victim. We'll bring you more on the story as it develops.
Well, 25 homes had to be evacuated in Sebring after a brush fire ignited and spread. Take a look at this. This area covered in smoke as firefighters worked quickly to put out the flames. Electricity in the area was also shut down for a period of time just as a precaution. Now, luckily, firefighters were able to put out that blaze, and after a sweep of the area, people were finally allowed back into their homes yesterday afternoon. Now, at the start of all of this, it's actually an ATV that's believed to have started this fire.
If you want details on this story and about the advisory being lifted, along with other breaking news in the area, download our app. It's under WWSB or under My Suncoast. After a grueling month-long journey from Central America, hundreds of migrants are now at the U.S. border wanting entry. Reporter John Lawrence has details of the migrants' quest for asylum.
These migrants from Central America traveled more than 3,000 miles.
Es difícil con los niños, no crea que es fácil tomar una decisión, dejar nuestra familia.
And although their caravan made it to the U.S.-Mexico border near San Diego, the journey isn't complete. The migrants will surrender to border officials and say why they want to enter the U.S.
If the interview goes well, then they can follow through with that case either through immigration court or through the asylum office, depending on the case. Or if it's denied, then they can request a review of that hearing with the immigration court directly.
President Trump has had harsh words about the migrant caravan, calling the situation a mess.
We've gotten Mexico to work with us on stopping a lot of what's pouring in, but we have the worst laws anywhere in the world.
Others are more sympathetic.
We've always been a country that helps the weary traveler, and we should do it, as I said, in a way where we come together and put in place immigration laws that protect the border, but also, uphold that responsibility of taking care of people.
Dozens of migrants say they will stay outside an immigration center until every last one is allowed into the U.S. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Well, this is a week some Florida politicians have circled on their calendar. Candidates running for Congress must turn in their paperwork this week in order to qualify for the ballot. The biggest race involves incumbent Senator Bill Nelson. The Democrat faces his biggest challenge from Republican Governor Rick Scott, who has termed out. That is, he has served 2 terms. That's all you can do in Florida as governor. Candidates running for a judge, state attorney, and public defender must also turn in their work this week. And candidates for statewide office must have their work in by June.
Well, teaching your kids about money isn't always easy, but it is something that needs to start early, and it's one of the best gifts that you can give to your kids. One local organization has kids learning to save, spend, and donate as young as 5. At the age of 10, Sloan Cox may have a better grasp about money than some grown-ups.
When we see our parents with credit cards, it's not like there's just an endless amount of money on there. There's a budget.
It is never too early to start talking to your kids about money. Here at Girls Incorporated, they start financial literacy classes for kids as young as 5 and 6 in kindergarten.
Oh yeah, I'm learning how to save up my money instead of using it for something I don't need, like toys.
Is there some big ticket item that you want to save for right now?
College.
College, yes.
Today's lesson? Well, in this class, the girls are given a set amount of these dream dollars. They decide how much to save, what to spend, and what to spend it on.
No, like things that you need, like water and food, or things that you don't need, like toys. But you can have some toys.
Yes, the girls learn they can buy toys. They just have to plan and set aside some money each week.
They learned about a budget and how, they have to have a certain amount of money, but if they run out, it's gone.
But those aren't the only lessons. Now, they learn to save and spend and budget, but they also learn to put some money into one other category.
Name some places that you could donate.
Shelters.
Goodwill.
Homeless shelters.
Homeless shelters.
The food bank.
Okay, the food bank.
Each week, the girls have something called Dream Harbor. It's run like their own city. Each of the girls have jobs and even a marketplace where they all get to put their new money skills into action.
And they say, well, I didn't have quite enough money, so I can't buy it this time. And I go, that's right. Once the money's gone, it's gone, So they're learning at an early age how to spend their money.
Well, it is no surprise that there are alligators in Florida. The surprise? Hey, they like to golf too. And if you see one walking by you on the course, you really should just let it play through, because that is exactly what happened this weekend at least. Check out this guy. This not at all small gator surprised a group of golfers at Pelican Point Golf Course in Venice. Wow. Like, it just looks so big. I don't know if it's just the land thing, but it just looks rather large. They took video of this gator on the practice putting green. The gator making a beeline past a few parked golf course, and of course a few surprised onlookers as well. Thanks to Anita Voth for sending this one in to us.
I can't believe those golfers are kind of walking, looking. I would be hiding behind a tree.
Right, I would be on top of that guy. I would be on top of that golf cart right there. Right. Maybe videoing down, but that was just a rather large one.
Yeah, it's on Center Road between Jacaranda and 41 down there in Venice.
All right, still to come on Good Morning Suncoast, we have your latest and first alert weather and traffic, and
How to tell if service animals are real or just a family pet. We've got a story for you. Here's a peek outside our window as Monday begins here in the Suncoast. Pretty shot there. Should see a high, what, John, mid-80s again today?
Yeah, even some upper 80s. I wouldn't be surprised over the course of the next couple of days to see some 90s around the region. No inclement weather box checked for your drive time forecast. All looks great in that regard. Plenty of sunshine to greet you this morning. We'll look for low 70s as you head out the door. On the way home, low 80s after having reached that daytime high in the upper 80s. So a warm and steamy day. All Sarasota airport hubs running on time according to the FAA, but watch O'Hare. There could be some storminess there later this afternoon. Complete forecast coming up in a few.
Motor Trend said the new Alfa Romeo Giulia is hands down the best sports sedan you can buy today. And named it the 2018 Motor Trend Car of the Year. Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
We answered the call of duty and left our homes to serve in far-off lands. Now we answer another call, this time at home, in our own communities, to respond in times of chaos. To use our strength, our skills, and our experiences to bring hope amid devastation and destruction. Together, as a team of brothers and sisters, we're continuing our mission to make this country a little stronger and a little better each day. We are Team Rubicon.
About every 3 minutes in America, someone is diagnosed with a blood cancer. Light the Night brings together survivors and supporters to bring light to the darkness of cancer and to help fund life-saving research. Our goal is a world without blood cancers, and we're lighting the path to cures. The discoveries made in blood cancer research have led to breakthrough treatments for many cancers and other serious diseases. Help defeat the darkness of cancer. Join Light the Night today.
Looking for something fun to do on a Friday night? Then come to Music on Main, the first Friday of every month at Lakewood Ranch. Enjoy free live music, dancing, great food, and lots of fun for every family member, even the furry ones. Meet up with friends, enjoy activities for the kids, or make it a special date night. And be sure to stop by the ABC7 booth and say hello. Mark your calendars for Music on Main, first Friday of the month, 6 to 9 at Lakewood Ranch. Brought to you by ABC7 and these sponsors. Hey kids, come learn baseball from the pros. The Bradenton Marauders are hosting baseball camp on June 5th, 6th, and 7th at Lecom Park. Boys and girls ages 6 to 14 will learn the fundamentals of hitting, pitching, and fielding from Marauders coaches and players at Lecom Park. Your camp fee includes a t-shirt, lunch daily, and 1 ticket to the Marauders games on these nights. To sign up, go to BradentonMarauders.com by May 14th. Sponsored by ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard live up to a set of time-honored principles.
I will always place the mission first. I will never accept defeat. I will never quit. I will never leave a fallen comrade.
Learn more at NationalGuard.com.
When evaluating the Alfa Romeo Stelvio, Car and Driver magazine said every crossover should be this good to drive. We agree. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Now your ABC7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Current air temperature coming in at 65 degrees with a dew point value coming in at 58. That's very comfortable. When you have dew point values in the 50s, you can't go wrong. We will, I think, over the course of the next several days, see our dew points kind of rise a little bit up to around, probably mid-60s by the time we get to midweek. But still, that's pretty comfortable. And I think as we head through the remainder of the work week, it's still going to feel okay, even though our air temperatures are going to go way up there by midweek. East wind continues at about 7. That easterly wind, one of the reasons we have the drier air in place. It's also one of the reasons why, as we head into midweek, we'll get a little bit more surface moisture in, because it'll take some time, but that east wind will transport some Atlantic moisture across the state and into our neck of the woods. It's just going to take some time. High pressure, the dominant weather feature, brings pretty quiet conditions across the entire deep south, mid-Atlantic, and Florida peninsula at this hour. Now, not everywhere across the United States are they enjoying such quiet conditions. We have an area of low pressure spinning in the northeast, still producing some rain showers up there. And then back to the west. We even have some snow showers in some of the higher elevations. Winter storm warnings were up for parts of the northern tier in the Pacific Northwest over the weekend at high elevations anyway. But on the open plains, that's where our eyes will be watching this week, as there's the potential really anywhere from the lower Great Lakes all the way into areas around Kentucky, Tennessee, around areas of Kansas City, Nebraska, areas of Arkansas, Missouri, for the potential of some severe weather today. There could be, in fact, tornado outbreak a little bit later on this week, particularly probably by about Wednesday, I think, will be a big tornado day in that section of the country. We are looking at temperatures that climb steadily throughout the day today. By 9 a.m., about 72 degrees. And then as we head into the noontime hour under full sunshine, we'll be up to about 85. Sunny and dry and warm right straight through the entire week, it looks like, with our high today at around 87. If we hit that, it's about 5 degrees above our normal daytime high for this time of year. And then we'll taper that off as we head into 7 p.m. to about 82, which would actually be our average high for this time of year. 64 degrees Mayaca City, Arcadia coming in at 65, 66 in Northport, 68 in Venice, 69 in Inglewood, 69 Longboat Key. And this represents about a 2 to 3 degree temperature increase over the course of the last 24 hours. So well on our way to hitting those temperatures that are about 5 degrees above average. Across the nation currently, it's that area of low pressure back to the west that will produce the potential for severe weather over the next 3 days in parts of the midsection of the country. For us, the area of low pressure of the trough in the upper atmosphere spinning off the northeast draws down that high pressure ridge, and that high sits over us right straight through the week ahead. It's going to be kind of anchored here, and it'll keep other systems from approaching us. Really, not until the weekend do we have the possibility of a front even getting close to us. So that's one reason that we'll have to keep an eye on a couple of things this week. One will be the fire danger index, which I think will continue to rise. The other will be the air quality index, which could become perhaps something of an issue as we head into midweek. We'll see how the winds play into that. Sunny and dry today, little bit higher humidity over the next several days, but not significantly so that it will make it feel really sticky. And then rain-free week ahead as we head into the weekend, maybe a few extra clouds around. Northeast wind comes in at about 5 to 10. It's a light wind today, and that's one of the reasons the red flags are not being flown for high fire danger, even though the fire danger index continues to increase and rise. Today, 87 degrees. Tomorrow, about the same as we head into midweek. Higher still, with some temperatures getting pretty close to the 90-degree mark, I suspect, by midweek. And then as we head into the weekend, a little more humidity, a few more fair weather clouds, but temperatures remain on the warm side of average. Back to you.
Thanks, John. Let's take a look outside to your first alert traffic out there this morning. So far, the roads aren't running too bad. Starting to see some buildups right there in Manatee County, especially in the area of the bridges. As you cross over those into Bradenton, starting to see some slowdowns already early this morning, as well as 301 and State Road 70. Then in Sarasota County, some of those roads are starting to pick up as well there. University Parkway is another hot spot. And as if you're coming off of 75 onto Fruitville Road, that area right there is starting to see some slowdowns, as is the same area as you're coming off of Bee Ridge Road and Clark Road as well. A little bit farther south in the area, starting to see some slowdowns on 41 as you pass by South Venice and that area. Other than that, not too much is going on in your traffic. Just starting to see the usual buildups around this time in the morning. It is 6:48, and that is your first alert traffic.
Well, it's a growing issue. People calling their family pets service animals so they can bring them into stores or onto airplanes. Any pet owner can go online and register their pet as a service animal or emotional support animal. They don't need proof. They just pay $50 and get an ID card. And that can make it hard for business owners to tell what is truly a service animal and what is a family pet.
In the state of Florida, it's a second-degree misdemeanor to misrepresent your pet as a service animal. But it's really hard to enforce.
Tonight at 6, ABC 7's Jess Dowdrick looks into just how often this is happening on the Suncoast and what can be done to change it. It's tonight at 6, a special report here on ABC 7. Still ahead, our top 7 before 7. And
that includes a look at your first alert weather and traffic as you get ready for your big day.
But first, a peek outside at a full moon above.
A full moon. That looks gorgeous out there today.
Very pretty. 6:49 right now. Top 7 after this.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
CashNet USA is trusted by over 2 million customers.
Perfect. When I lean back, I trust that you will be there to catch me.
Okay, bad idea, bad idea.
Apply now at CashNetUSA.com.
Money's on the way with CashNet USA.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
Experience the Classical Music Celebration May 11th and 12th at the historic Sarasota Opera House. World-class musicians include guitar duo Charisma, currently touring with Andrea Bocelli. Tickets available online or by phone.
My credit score was not that great.
I didn't understand what went into my credit score. It was overwhelming.
Do you want to attain better credit health but don't know where to start? Credit Sesame can help by providing you a free credit score.
I love the app. It's so easy to use. It's like having your own financial coach. Credit Sesame broke my credit score down into things that I understood, and it made me think, I can do this.
And the awesome thing about Credit Sesame, it's free.
It's 100% free. You don't need to go it alone. Get started today at creditsesame.com.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish. In your face, in your face.
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Impreza is an IIHS top safety pick for 11 years running. Lease a new Subaru Impreza today for just $155 a month. Or get 0% financing with zero down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
Download the all-new ABC7 First Alert Weather app now.
It is 6:52, and here are the top 7 things to know before you head out the door at 7.
Number 1, John Scalzi's First Alert forecast.
So we're looking at pretty quiet conditions across the entire Suncoast. Titan radar not showing a drop of rain. Local temperatures up near the 60s. Today, we're expecting a high about 5 degrees above average. That'll be true for the rest of the week. In fact, we are looking at temperatures today that'll top out about 87 degrees. And the weather highlights for the next couple of days, sunny and dry all week long, warmer this week, and consequently, as we head into midweek, we'll be watching the Fire Danger Index and the Air Quality Index. Those are your takeaways.
All right, thank you, John. Number 2, checking First Alert traffic. Manatee County showing some buildup there on 301 eastbound, or north as you call it, as you head toward Ellington. Otherwise, not too bad. 301 also northbound down by Whitfield. Number 3 now, Marla Spence in Sarasota County.
Sarasota Sheriff's deputies were out here on Swift Road near Forest Lane overnight investigating a possible explosion at this home where this camper sits. The sheriff's deputies that were out here on scene tell us that there were no injuries reported and there is no immediate danger to the public.
Thank you, Marla. Number 4, for $50, your pet too can be a service animal. A closer look tonight at the ongoing issue and what's being done to change it tonight at 6.
Number 5, after a month-long journey from Central America, hundreds of migrants are now at the border between U.S. and Mexico, and they are in need of asylum.
Number 6, we're kicking off the start of the election season today. Paperwork is due to run for Congress. That includes a big race between Senator Bill Nelson, the incumbent Democrat, and Republican Rick Scott, who's running for Senate this year.
And number 7, what's trending this morning? This trailer was released for the new Whitney Houston documentary. Lots of buzz around this one. It's from the Houston family side of things. It's the first time they've ever released private home videos and have given these really in-depth interviews about their daughter Whitney. It is premiering at the Cannes Film Festival in a few weeks. Then it's going to be out in theaters July 6th, and it is truly, really good. And then Bobby Brown has the Bobby Brown story that is coming out in September. So
it's making a resurgence, isn't it?
It is, yes. But there's still this fascination about Whitney Houston, though. Like, there's still, like, even though you feel like you know everything, just seeing some of these clips, it's like, oh, you know, her early life and a lot of home videos. So
I think when you hear her sing, you can't help but be interested in everything that could possibly support that voice.
And what a shame, you know, and you look at the way she passed away and her daughter Bobby Christina.
A fascination and a sadness.
Yeah.
You know what?
I agree.
All right. Here's a peek outside our window right now. We've got a nice shot there of the Ringling Causeway. Some cars heading from St. Armand Circle. Couldn't find parking, I guess?
No, another beautiful day on tap. Starting to get warmer, starting to approach those
yes,
hot
indeed,
days.
it is. We will top it out today at about 87 degrees. And as I mentioned, because of that ridge of high pressure sitting over us, we'll have to kind of monitor what happens with our fire danger index and our air quality index as we head into midweek, because the air is going to be kind of stagnant. Won't want to mix all that much. That's why it'll be rain-free, really. Although we could pick up an isolated shower in inland areas.
All right, one last shot there at a busy spot. Bee Ridge Road at Swift and Tuttle. Cars queued up there to go. Enjoy your Monday. Stay cool. And thanks for watching Good Morning Suncoast.
Good Morning America is straight ahead right here on ABC 7.